Talk.
Yes, put a spell on you. Put a spell on you. Put a spell on you.
Greetings to all. We welcome you once, we welcome you twice. Welcome all. If this is your first time being with us, or if you've been with us before, welcome again. We love to have you with us. We appreciate you joining us this evening for our virtual Orange Mist celebration. In the past, we were having this performance in a live session, but tonight, due to the pandemic, we are having a virtual celebration, and we're calling this the Orange Mist. As in the past, you've had a great time with us, and tonight, we promise not to disappoint. We're going to have another great time together. We thank you for supporting us over the years. Trilogy, an opera company, is now in its 18th year, focusing on the works of Black American composers, written on subject matter reflective on the experience for people of African descent. Some previous Trilogy productions have included Nat Turner, Frederick Douglass, Harriet, A Woman Called Moses, Emmett Till, Call, Shout, and Holler, Garvey, Tremonition, The Three Mayors, Robeson. These are just some of the productions that we have produced for our communities. Trilogy is one of a few companies in America that focus its artistic efforts on heroes and its historical events from the experience of Black Americans through the music of Black composers. Trilogy tells the compelling and important stories of the Black community that glues the factory of the American culture. Trilogy and Opera Company, an innovative enterprise under the artistic direction and founder, Kevin Maynard. Thank you for your support and donations as we move into the next level of achievements for our communities and our nation. Now you can make a donation on the GoFundMe link on the Trilogy website at trilogyaol.com. I say again, trilogyaoc.com. trilogyaoc.com. Just press the donate. It's very simple and easy to make a donation. This evening, we have a great program for you and hope you enjoy it. We have 4 outstanding opera vocalists, Miss Kimberly Lloyd, Miss Mannequin Joy, Miss Jasmine Thomas, and Mr. Kevin Maynard. Also, we have segments from some of our previous productions. We have several outstanding experiences and exposures and something that you don't want to miss at the end of our program tonight. So stay tuned for this great surprise at the end of our program tonight. Now let's get started with our program for tonight. I would like to introduce to you one of our fabulous board members at this time, Miss Roxanne Fontaine. She has been very instrumental in some of the achievements of the Trilogy board. She will introduce our first excerpt for tonight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, sit back. Miss Roxanne Fontaine. It is my pleasure to introduce her to you this evening. Roxy, you're on.
Thank you, Marvin. Wow, what a wonderful introduction. I had to take a minute because I didn't know who you were talking about, but I do greatly appreciate it. To everyone that's joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. We thank you all for just being a part of our family. If you're a new family member, meaning once you come to a Trilogy event, you are family. So whether you're a new family member or you've been with us on this journey over the past 18 seasons, we are extremely happy that you could be with us tonight. As Marvin said, this is a little different, and I think we're all in a new world and a new universe where Zoom is the new platform for us to get together and socialize and celebrate the arts and celebrate with friends and family. And so we didn't want to miss the opportunity to have this annual event. And so, as Marvin said, we gave it a little twist. Instead of it being our orange ball, it's our orange mist. But we wanted to kind of keep the same platform and the atmosphere that we've done in previous events. So as Marvin says, we like to showcase some of our past performances. We like to showcase some of the wonderful artists that we've had the wonderful opportunity of working with over the years. And we also like to give you a little teaser into what's coming next. So as Marvin said, I have the distinct pleasure of sharing with you our very first excerpt, Emmett Till. So for me, personally, Emmett Till is one of my favorites. And I will say this, all of them are my favorites, all the performances and events we've done, but Emmett Till is really special to me because it was the very first Trilogy and Opera Company event that I was able to attend. So, and it just moved me. And I think that's one of the gifts that we provide with Trilogy and Opera Company. It's not just entertainment, but it's movement, right? It's a moving piece. All of our pieces are moving. And we hope that when you leave our events that there's moments of reflection, not just entertainment, but reflection as to the subject matters that we cover and the elements that we cover, because they are about our lives. And it's about the experiences that we have as people of color. So without further ado, I'll tell you a little bit about Emmett and the Emmett Till piece that we have created for Trilogy and Opera Company. First and foremost, Emmett was composed by the great and the late Michael Raphael, who we've had the wonderful opportunity to work with over the years. And our conductor in this piece is Julius Williams. Many of you know the story of Emmett Till. Unfortunately, we always know of Emmett from his death and not his life. And one of the things we've had the wonderful opportunity to do in this opera piece is share a little bit of Emmett's life. It's not just his death that's monumental, but we forget that he was a young 14-year-old boy who was very happy and lived a very jovial life. And unfortunately, he was murdered. And so this piece and the story of Emmett is a very simple story. The time, just to give you a timestamp, the time is August 1955. Emmett, 14-year-old young man, lived in Chicago with his mother, Mamie Till. And in the summer of 1955, he was going to visit family in Mississippi. So as you can imagine, 1955 is a very perilous time for people of color in the US, especially in the segregated South. So the excerpt you're about to see is Mamie's last discussion with her son, her beloved son, and just warning him about what it's going to be like in the South and just giving him a precautionary tale of what to expect. And as a typical 14-year-old young man would say, "Don't worry, Mom, I'll be fine." So the next excerpt you will see, Emmett Till, is a conversation between his mother, Mamie Till, and Emmett. And tonight's performance, Mamie Till will be played by Nicole Mitchell, and the young Emmett Till is performed by one of Newark's very own from the Newark Boys Chorus School in Newark. Ladies and gentlemen, Emmett Till.
That was excellent. Let us give a virtual round of applause for that little vignette. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Keith Harvest, and I'm a proud member of the Trilogy family. Like Roxanne, that was the first piece that I saw through Trilogy. I remember going to Science High School in Newark and seeing it, and it made a profound impact upon me. Not only the story of Emmett Till, but the fact that Trilogy goes out of its way to encourage youth to participate in our operas when necessary. We are committed to the youth in our community, and we continually invite them to come to our performances for free, all grade levels, to learn and appreciate the artistic opera theater at an early age. It is my pleasure now to introduce excerpt from the opera Frederick Douglass. Now, Frederick Douglass was born in Maryland in the year 1818. At a young age, through skill and cunning, he was able to escape and settle in the North. He grew into manhood to become a skilled orator, author, publisher, and an icon of the anti-slavery movement. Throughout his life, Frederick Douglass spoke truth to power. Now, the opera that you're about to hear in this segment was composed by Ulysses Kay. It was conducted by Julius Williams. The scene you're about to see depicts Frederick Douglass and his second wife moments before they meet the president. Helen Pitts Douglass is performed by Maureen Francis. And Frederick Douglass is performed by Trilogy's founder and artistic director, Kevin Maynard. And please remember, TrilogyALC.com for your donations. You not only help the opera company, but you also help the youth and fostering the youth in our community. Without further ado, we'll hear Frederick Douglass.
Thank you.
That was another amazing performance by Trilogy and Opera Company. So if you're just joining us, maybe you joined a few minutes late, I want to reintroduce myself. My name is Roxanne Fontaine, and I'm part of the Trilogy and Opera Company family. And on behalf of the entire family, we want to welcome you and thank you for coming and sharing your Saturday evening with us and celebrating an evening of art, right? In these difficult times, we want to be able to present to you all, our family, art and in a safe environment. And so this is just one way that we can continue to connect with you and celebrate the diversity of opera in the city of Newark and worldwide. That's what we do here at Trilogy. We celebrate diversity. We're making sure that we have representation on the stage, our composers, our conductors, our artists, our musicians, because the world of art is a diverse platform. And as part of the Trilogy mantra, we want to make sure that we provide opportunities for diverse artists to be part of the opera world. So we're so glad that you're joining us. We're so glad that you're here. As we stated early in the start of the program, we wouldn't be here if not for you all's support. And so if you can find the kindness of your heart, however small or large a donation, we would appreciate your financial support for us to continue to do the great work and represent our stories to the world. So you can connect to us and make donations at www.trilogyaoc.com. Again, www.trilogy, the original AOC.com. So I have the pleasure now, we're going to change gears a little bit, and we're going to start with our first vocalist. So as I mentioned, I think one of the gifts that we give back, and we give great opportunities for not only seasoned vocalists, but a new artist entering the world of opera. And let me tell you, there are some phenomenal artists out there, and we've had the great pleasure of working with over our 18 seasons. So I'm going to introduce our first vocalist, and her name is Kimberly Lloyd. So just to share a little bit about Kimberly, Kimberly is a soprano who graduated from Jacksonville University. So if we have any Jacksonville University alumni out there, we're going to give you a shout out. So after studying bel canto in Florence, Italy, Kimberly moved to New York City, and she has had the wonderful opportunity with singing with several different opera companies. She sung with the New York Lyric Opera Theater, the New York Summer Opera Scenes, West Side Opera Company, Amore Opera, First Coast Opera, and we've been very fortunate. She has also worked with us, Trilogy and Opera Company. Miss Floyd is an amazing talent, amazing talent, an amazing soprano. And tonight we have the great honor of hearing her perform a beautiful piece from an opera by Puccini. So tonight, let us welcome Kimberly Lloyd as she performs Signore Ascolta by Puccini from the opera Turandot. Ladies and gentlemen, Kimberly Lloyd.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Lloyd, and I will sing Signore Ascolta from Puccini's Turandot.
Spizza il cuore What a stunning performance. We promised you great entertainment, and I hope you're not disappointed. Listen, my name is Candace Wilde, and I too am part of the Trilogy family. Now, our next excerpt is from the opera Sassy, commissioned by Trilogy's own Kevin Maynor, composed by Richard Thompson, and conducted by Joseph Jones. First performed at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center on Sunday, December 8th, 2019, Sassy highlights the life and work of Sarah Vaughan, Newark native and one of America's greatest singers. We follow her life through the words of Dizzy Gillespie, Billy Eckstine, Dave Garroway, John Hammond, Paul Robeson, and her mother and father. Now, Sarah Vaughan performed at a time when America did not treat African American artists, especially female artists, very well. But Sassy, as she was known, through her own grit and determination, enjoyed great recording and critical success despite her struggles. Now, the piece you will see tonight is a scene between Paul Robeson and Sassy's manager, in which they are arguing over the genre of music which Sassy is singing. The scene concludes with Sassy performing Morgan Lewis's How High the Moon. Performing in the title role is Lila Ammons, with Kevin Maynor playing the role of Paul Robeson. Sit back and enjoy.
To hear this lady sing. She has a great talent. Could you please give her the courtesy of your attention? If you please. Hope you enjoyed that.
Wow. What a compelling and beautiful scene that was. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lynn Presley, and I am honored to be a board member of Trilogy and Opera Company. Consistent with our mission to present significant operatic works that are revolutionary in nature and that they raise social consciousness to the issues of enduring concern, Trilogy and Opera Company has concluded our 4-year odyssey with Richard Wagner's Mammoth Ring this season with the presentation of Götterdämmerung, The Twilight of the Gods. With this final segment of the cycle, the ring comes full circle and the revolution reaches its peak in a work of unsurpassed musical grandeur and dramatic genius. As this semi-staged opera was presented during the pandemic, you will notice we used facial masks and social distancing. And as always, we presented safe art. During this excerpt, you will enjoy the vocal renderings of Roderick Dixon and Mannequin Joy, conducted by Leslie Dunner. Enjoy.
Wow, what a wonderful performance, outdoors no less. My name is Franz Massé, and I too am a member of the Trilogy AOC family. This evening, I am delighted to introduce our next soloist. Manna Kinjoy, an American soprano, made her international stage debut as Fiodor di Ligi and Cosi fan tuttes at the Tuscia Opera Festival in Italy. An artist of great versatility, she has performed Broadway in Rocktopia, at Carnegie Hall in Puccini's Madame Butterfly, and at Lincoln Center in both Carmen and The Magic Flute. Miss Kinjoy is particularly renowned for her renderings of prominent Black women in operatic offerings, such as Margaret Washington, wife of Booker T. Washington, Nancy Turner, mother of slave rebellion leader Nat Turner, and Elizabeth Eckford of the Little Rock Nine. All of these powerful operas are the works of Black composers. This evening, Miss Kinjoy's offering is Dich Toy Hala from Richard Wagner's opera Tannhäuser. Please enjoy this brilliant soprano.
What a beautiful performance that was. Very powerful. I want you to remind you, those who just tuned in, that www.trilogyaoc.com is the URL for donation. Our next excerpt is from the opera Nat Turner, also by Michael Raphael. And Nat Turner led one of the largest slave uprisings in U.S. history. Born in 1800, Nat was an enslaved Virginia preacher who was prone to visions and had confidence that God had chosen him for this mission. After the uprising, he managed to escape capture for 6 weeks by hiding in the woods. He knew he'd be apprehended eventually, and he chose the hour and the manner of his own death. Following his death, his wife Cherry and their 3 children, who had already been sold away from him, went into hiding as well, possibly even changing their names. One of Nat's children had a daughter, Sally Turner, who married a former slave, Shadrach Slayton. I'm Phyllis Slayton, and although I never met them, Shadrach and Sally were my great-grandparents. So I've told you what happened before the event and some of what happened after. Now we're going to see the event. Our excerpt begins during the Great Massacre of August 1831, and Kevin Maynor is playing Nat Turner.
was spectacular. If you've noticed through the different vignettes that we've been watching, most of these people are passionate, they're singing, they're expressing love to you. Even though this is virtual, I can feel the love wafting through the videos. Love, and performances. These people aren't doing this for money, they're doing it for love. They would probably do it for free if they had to. Yeah, most of them are. The orchestra, everybody in here. Now, how can you show your love? By donating to TrilogyAOC.com. Now, give us some love, because we sure are giving you some love tonight. TrilogyAOC.com. Okay? Most communities are measured. One way to measure them is through their culture and their arts. Show us that you're committed to culture and art in your community by donating to Trilogy AOC. And let me introduce to you the next vignette. Francis Duvalier is a name that in and of itself doesn't ignite much reaction. But the name that Dr. Duvalier was commonly referred to was Papa Doc, a name that has the ability to still cause chills and shivers in the country of Haiti. Papa Doc ruled Haiti with an iron fist for nearly 2 decades, using a blend of politics, violence, and voodoo to acquire and maintain power. He ultimately suspended elections, declaring himself president for life. You're about to see an excerpt from the opera Papa Doc, composed by Dorothy Rudd Moore, conducted by Julius Williams, and libretto by Richard Wesley. The performance is by an individual named Richard Martin. In the scene you're about to see, Papa Doc ponders, among other things, whether it's better to be feared or respected. If you're a student of history, you know which side he chose. Without further ado, Papa Doc.
Blinded them.
was a beautiful performance. Good evening, and thank you again for joining us. We appreciate you, and we, as was said before, there would be no Trilogy without you, and we really would appreciate your donations if you could possibly donate to us at www.trilogyaoc.com. We would sure appreciate it because, yes, our opera singers do love, love, love singing. It comes from their heart, and they do love singing in our symphony orchestra. The members of our orchestra, they love, love, love playing their instruments and expressing their arts and their talents through themselves to you. They do also have to get paid, and we do have to pay all of our performers. So if you could make any donation, that would be so greatly appreciated. Now, I would like to introduce to you the eclectic and versatile vocalist, Jasmine Torres. With her crystal clear tonality, Jasmine is as comfortable singing operatic roles in Götterdämmerung and Tremonisha as she is portraying Whitney Houston in John Capo's musical, The Lost Ones. She has performed with such musical greats as Andre Bocelli, Barbra Streisand, and Elton John. Tonight, she will perform for you a beautiful rendition of my favorite spiritual, Give Me Jesus. Enjoy.
In the morning when I rise, in the morning when I rise, in the morning when I rise, give me Jesus, give me Jesus, give me Jesus. You're this world, give me Jesus. Dark midnight was my cry. Dark midnight was my cry. Dark midnight was my cry. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You're of this world. Give me Jesus. When I comes to die, oh, when I comes to die, oh, when I comes to die, give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You're of this world. Give me Jesus.
Wow, give me Jesus. That was positively beautiful. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Lori Arthur, and I too am a member of Trilogy and Opera Company. It's been my delight and pleasure to be part of this loving board for several years. And as Keith, one of my colleagues said, this has truly been a labor of love for the performers, for the orchestra, for us as board members. And I don't know if it was mentioned, but most of our, I would say 95% of our performances are free to the public. We know that it's such an important thing for us to introduce the arts to our community. So any and all donations will surely be much appreciated, much appreciated. The last excerpt of the evening is Paul Robeson, composed by Adolphus Hailstork. The libretto was written by Charnel Perry, composed by composer is Julius Williams. He performed the opera at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center in November of 2014, which was a landmark moment for us because it was our first one done at that prestigious venue. So we'll always remember that. Now, Paul Robeson was born in 1898 to a former slave turned preacher. Paul was a true Renaissance man. He was a scholar, a champion athlete, a Columbia University Law School graduate, and one of the most highly acclaimed international singers and performers of his day. And last but certainly not least, a political activist. Paul was a 6'3" Black man in a world where most people were at least a half foot shorter than him, and most white Americans were afraid of Blacks at that time. His outspoken views on racism, segregation, and his staunch support of the socialist experiment over in Russia made him a man that the US government really wanted to erase from our history. He was a victim of government persecution, and depending on who you believe, he was ultimately the victim of depression and mental illness triggered by drugs that were secretly given to him by the CIA. So here's the backdrop of this excerpt, really riveting. The scene takes place in 1956 at the House Un-American Activities Committee, a Senate hearing before the US Senate. It happened after Paul refused to sign an affidavit saying that he was not a communist. So they had this hearing. Paul lambasted the Committee on Civil Rights, and when they asked him why he didn't just go back to Russia since he loved it so much, he said, "I'm not going back because my people helped build this country." So let's check this excerpt out. The role of Paul Robeson is played by Kevin Maynard, and the role of the US Senator McCarthy is played by Kevin Kutamash. Please enjoy.
Trouble followed Paul Robeson wherever he went, responding fearlessly. He became a constant target. He was asked if he was a communist, asked to sign an affidavit. He refused. It angered the committee.
Was excellent. Yay, by our very own Kevin Maynard. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're at the end of our program. We have one more vocalist to share with you tonight. But I want to thank you all again for just being a part of our journey, whether you started that journey with us this evening or you've been with us over the past 18 seasons. As my brother Keith said, we put all of these programs together, a lot of hard work, a lot of commitment, but a lot of love. And it's because we want to share this art with our community. We want to share our stories with the community. And we want to have everyone have an opportunity to just marvel in this talent. So I hope tonight you had just a glimpse into our world and to see some of the magnificent pieces that we've had the opportunity to work on. As my family members have said, we need your donations. Lori just mentioned that our performances, 90% of our performances are free to the public. And so in order to make that happen, your support and contribution will make the world of a difference. And it'll continue to help us create new and dynamic and fantastic pieces and to tell our stories and have our composers and our writers and our librettists and our conductors create some magnificent work that we can share with you related to our stories. So again, you can donate www.trilogyaoc.com. And another thing I want to mention, we mentioned it at the top of the hour, that we're going to have a special raffle at the end. So I hope you hang on until we finish the program and conclude with remarks, but we will be having a special drawing. And so each of you has an opportunity to win a very special prize. I don't want to give it away, winky. So please hang on until the very end so you can hear the details and maybe be a lucky winner. And it's, again, our way of just saying thank you. Thank you for continuing to support us, for being there. I coined the phrase when we always have our performances, and usually at the Orange Ball, I always extend this to all those that participate, that more than anything, we'd love to see you at our performances. So we love to, as I coin it, butts in the seat. So someday, one day, very soon, we'll all get together and be in the same space. And we hope to see you not only virtually, but eventually soon when the environment is safe enough for us to come together, that you can join us with your butts in our seat. So, and when you come, we always encourage you to bring friends and family, and most importantly, Keith mentioned, bring young people. I think just having an opportunity for young people to see this art form is an amazing journey. And children are like sponges. They absorb every minute, every ounce of it. I've had the distinct pleasure of having both of my children come to Trilogy performances since inception. So I was pregnant with them. I was on the board. They've come to performances. Trilogy and opera is part of their life and part of their norm, just like any other art form. So I encourage you, when you come to our events in the future, even virtually, please bring the young people and let them have an opportunity to enjoy this art form, just like every other art form. Because one of the things that we know about opera is it's relatable. And I think you all have bared witness tonight to see the performances that we've shown you and the artists, that each one of these stories and each one of these performers are relatable. And so let's make sure we encourage our children to continue to be part of this experience. And let's make sure that we can all come together safely very soon and celebrate. So that's my spiel. So I have the pleasure of introducing our last vocalist. So this gentleman is a little special to us. We try not to let him know so much, but none of us would be here today if not for him, if not for his vision, his passion, and his desire to bring opera to the city of Newark. If you had said 20 years ago, yeah, we're gonna have opera in the city of Newark, New Jersey, some people would have looked at you a little sideways and said, I don't see the correlation. Opera, Newark, New Jersey, I don't see. Maybe opera at the Met in New York, maybe opera in Europe, but Newark, I don't really see it. But that's the gift of a visionary. That's the gift of a visionary, because they see beyond the limitations that people place in an environment, and they see the value of bringing new experiences to a community, expanding a community, exposing a community. And so that visionary for us as part of the Trilogy family is our very own founder and artistic director, Kevin Maynor. So for those who don't know who Kevin is a world-renowned bass, and he has sung all over the world and has shared his talent with the world. And we've been so blessed and honored for him to bring that talent and that gift and share it not only with us on the board, but the city and the community of Newark and New Jersey. We mentioned earlier that we did the Ring series here in Newark. We were the first opera company to do the full Ring series here in the state of New Jersey. So if that's not amazing, I don't know what is. And the Ring is a very unique piece, and it's a very difficult piece because it's sang in German. And if you notice, all of our artists were artists of color, and they did a phenomenal job in that piece. So again, we're just so thankful for Kevin and thankful for Kevin's gift. He works us hard. Let me tell you, he works us hard. But we know that it comes from a place of love. As Keith said, it's a place of love and passion. And he keeps reminding us as a board how we're continuing to grow and how we're making a difference. And I hope you feel the same. I hope you feel that what Trilogy is offering you is making a difference, not only for you, but your community and your family and just the world globally, because we are reaching and outreaching in places that we would have never imagined, but that really is the product of a visionary. So tonight, I think I've talked Kevin up enough. Tonight, Kevin is going to be sharing with us one of my favorites. So I get to ask for, a special request as part of the board. But I heard Kevin sing this piece about a year ago. And I've heard Kevin sing numerous occasions in various venues. But this piece, when I heard him sing it, it just really moved me. And so Kevin is going to be sharing with us a haunting rendition of Another Man Done Gone. And that's a song, for those who are not familiar with it. It's about African-American men working on the chain gang in the early 1900s. So it's an it's an amazing, haunting piece. And so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, our founder, artistic director of Trilogy and Opera Company, our visionary, our family member and our friend, Kevin Maynor.
Another man done gone. Another man done gone. Another man done gone. Another man done gone. He's from the county farm. 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 I didn't know his name. 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 He had a long chain on. 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 His woman did him wrong. She better meet him there, down by the waterfall, or he'll walk her log. Another man done gone.
Thank you, Roxanne. You know, that too is one of my favorites also. And when I'm forced to listen to it, I'm forced to come into focus with the Black experience and what has happened to our people throughout the years. Trilogy and Opera Company focuses on the works of Black composers for a good reason. We have remarkable stories that are told by our librettists, such people as Richard Wesley, Michael Raphael, and so many others. And now Mark Clayton Southers is getting ready to write a libretto for us, and Chanel Perry. And they capture our stories for us, and they give us the meat and the fat by which our composers can write. And they can do marvelous, incredible things when they are given the opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, we need you to support us. When I first started Trilogy years ago, I had to go to my own people to get going for about 4 or 5 years. And then finally, Dodge jumped in there. The Dodge Foundation, they helped us, and some others did as well. But I remember them as the first foundation to assist. And since that time, we've had Pfizer and the Victoria Foundation and the New Jersey State Council of the Arts and the Prudential Foundation and the Lambent Foundation. Oh, yes. Starry Night Foundation. And so many, I can go. Puffin Foundation, yes. And there's so many that would come along and help us realize our dream. Because we were focusing on these stories. And I remind you, we focus on the works of Black composers, people like Adolphus Hale Stork, Michael Raphael, Trent Johnson here in New Jersey, Trevor Weston, also here in New Jersey, Anthony Davis, Richard Thompson, Dwayne Fulton, Dorothy Rudd Moore. And there's so many more whose works I want to do. And I haven't had a chance to do some of them, but I like for our composers to have a chance to hear their work twice. And I like for them to do 2 or 3 works with us so that they can get their hands around this genre and produce for us what we need to see and hear. I'm so excited about my board. You know, they're terrific and they just look like me and I just love them to death. I can't tell you how brilliant they are. And I'm also very proud of our advisory board, you know, headed by Danny Glover with Derek Jones and others from the investment bank world who've been with us for some time now. New ones coming on like Daniel Black and these people. But Trilogy is a company that is made for America. There's a part of America that is not familiar with Black people and certain kinds of Black people and what they do. I like to put Blacks and whites in the same theater, you know, and I like for them to meet one another when the opera at intermission and talk and exchange ideas. I like for them to meet one another at the end of the performance. I like for them to do that very much. It's important that Trilogy is here. We are being celebrated by the Germans. When we did our Ring, we're getting ready to do a documentary with them. Can you believe that? And we've been celebrated by the Spanish and the English as well in London. They have been writing reviews on us like left and right. And we want our own periodicals and journals. I know the New York Times has written on us and other journals and internet pieces have celebrated us. We thank them for that. But we're coming into a big season here. You know, this is right in the middle of the pandemic, and we are challenged also by the social unrest that exists in our country. And I'm thinking so specifically of the operatic repertoire that we're getting ready to do. We're going to do a piece by H. Leslie Adams called Blake, about a man who's in love with someone, but who has been hampered by slavery, and she the same. And, they are in love and they're being separated by a white family. And then we're going to follow with Robeson, Chanel Perry's Robeson, which is full of so much goody stuff. It's a fabulous piece by Adolphus Hale Stork, and it is really hot, and some great characters in there. And then we come on to something that many of you do not know about, called the Martinsville Seven. These are 7 boys that were murdered, I say, because they had allegedly raped a white woman. And it turns out that not all of them were involved, we don't think. We're still trying to figure that out. The case is reopening itself. But certainly, since the woman is alive, we don't know if they should be murdered. Oh my goodness, no. But they were convicted and they were given the full extent, and they were killed. So we're going to look at that. Then we're going to look at Emmett Till again. You're going to revisit Emmett Till. And then we're going to do a Frederick Douglass. Now we might move our Frederick Douglass until next year to do the New Jersey Symphony Orchestra. And but we're thinking about substituting right at the end of the fall, Othello by Richard Thompson. And so we want you to come out and to be a part of that. And I know I had better get off of here because I know Marvin, I can see he's waiting on me. And it's time for us now to announce those people who have contributed to Trilogy and by way of donation. And we're going to give them $100 gift certificates. So, but let me say once again, I want to thank my board and I want to thank all of you that have supported us throughout the years. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention, our creative team, our music director, Julius Williams, and the assistant music director, Tough as Zimbabwe, and our retired chorus master, Phil Bingham, and our current chorus master, Darnell White, and then our conductor in residence, Leslie Dunner. And then I think about all the wonderful directors that we've had, all the way back, especially Trezana Beverly and Mark Clayton Suthers, and so many. Chuck Patterson, who's left this earth, who's gone on, and Dennis Robinson, a new conductor that we have found, a new director that we have found, and so many others. And I thank all of them. I thank all of you. And Marvin, I better not keep rambling on here, Marv. Are you there somewhere?
I'm here, Kevin.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for those remarks. And thank you for your vision. That's what I want to say. Thank you for your vision. I remember back in 2003. Can you remember can I put you back to 2003 when the idea came together and you said, I'm going to start an opera company? 2003. That's when we were talking. That's where my mind went to, 2003. And you've done a fantastic job with it. And we are so proud of you. And I'm so proud of the Trilogy board too. They have done a fantastic job here tonight. They have went beyond the call of duty for presenting here tonight. So thank you, Trilogy board, for what you have done. And I want to thank our producer too, Mr. Kalen Maynard. He really has put this together for us. Without him, there would be no us. So he has done a fantastic job for us tonight. But I just would like to say here, first and foremost, we, the Trilogy board, want to thank you for your supporting us here tonight on our 18th Orange Bowl. We hope that it is not only that you've had a great time, but that you also are seeing what we are trying to do here at Trilogy. We're trying to bring you the best opera that is on this side of the world that you can see each and every day. So now I know that most of you have been waiting, and I've been waiting also for this outstanding. We told you at the beginning of the program that we had some surprises for you. So I'm going to ask Ms. Lynn Presley, will she come in here at this particular time and tell us about these surprises? Because I can't wait any longer. Lynn, tell us about it. What do you have for us?
Thank you, Marvin. I'm excited also. But I did want to state that the vocalist who sang that beautiful, beautiful rendition of Give Me Jesus was Jasmine Thomas. And I tell you, that was just, it really touched my heart. She really sang that song. Okay, as was mentioned earlier, the Orange Ball has traditionally been our way of thanking you, our supporters, because without you, there would be no Trilogy. And we are extremely grateful for your support. Although we are disappointed we could not have our customary gathering with food, drink, and fellowship, we are grateful for you and for attending our virtual event. To further show our gratitude, the board has made donations to surprise a few of our donors with a special token of our appreciation. Sybil Slayton, our direct descendant of Nat Turner, donated a lovely piece of touchstone crystal and the Black Swan, both embedded with beautiful Swarovski crystals. I donated a pendant designed. I donated a pendant I designed called Manifesting Miracles. I chose this piece from my collection because it exemplifies the vision and perseverance of our beloved Kevin Maynor, without whom none of this beautiful artistry would have been shared with the city of Newark and the surrounding communities. Now, we have some other surprises as well. So let's find out who those lucky recipients are. Take it away, Marvin.
Okay, for the names of those individuals, do we have those up yet?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear those names.
Okay. Now, we are going to need these people to send us their email addresses because we will need their emails. And they can leave them in the chat if they want to, or they can just simply send it to us. But the names of our donors that have given this evening are Ms. Tyson, then we have an anonymous donor, then Charlene Edmondson, then we have Mr. Massey, then we have Mr. Eric Wildy, another anonymous donor, Dorothy Wake, and then we have Wilma McPherson, and that's who we have so far. But now, I would like to open it up and allow some more people to donate if they want so they can win these prizes. We have enough to give them out, but if some more people would like to donate, you can go straight to our website and press the donate button, which is www.trilogyaoc.com. Or if you look in the chat box there on the YouTube chat box, you'll see how you can go straight to the GoFundMe account and you can make your donation right there. So you can make it one way or the other. And we will be back in touch with you in terms of who wins the pendants and the money. Now, we actually could announce the pendants right now. If you would like, or if you would like to wait, that's up to Miss Presley. Which way do you want to do it, Miss Presley?
Oh, I don't know. I think it should be a general consensus of the board. What do you think, guys?
Wait.
Wait, okay.
Lori says wait. Okay. Anybody else going once, going twice?
Wait.
All right, we'll wait until later and give other people an opportunity to win.
That's right. Very good. Okay, Marv.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we will be in touch with you for the winners of our surprise tonight, and you definitely will get your surprise. And in summation, it is my call to ask you for your support for Trilogy in an effort to continue this great work. And we'll look forward to seeing you at our next production. So good seeing you, so thankful, and you've made our 18th Orange Mist a success. So at this particular time, I would like to say good night to everyone, and we'll look to see you again. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for
night.
joining us. Good
God
night.
bless.
Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you for tuning
night.
in.
Sasha fit the battle of a Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Sasha fit the battle of a Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. You may talk about your king of Gideon, you may talk about your man of Saul, and none like Lord Joshua in the battle of a Jericho. Up to the walls of Jericho, he marched with spear in hand. From blood and rain, home Joshua cried, 'cause the battle is in my hand. Well,